So here we are again. Honey, WTF podcast, your favorite podcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm Rafael. This is my lovely wife, Shonda. And we're here to spend an hour with you, and we're going to talk about stuff that's going on.
Yeah, this past week. And
Yep.
as in prior weeks before, there was a lot going on. So there was a lot going on this week too. So let's first off, make sure you like and subscribe. And also send us a comment, if you like what we're talking about. So first up, we are going to introduce a little video of one of the representatives in Congress. This is Congresswoman Brown. And she has a little bit to say about Donald Trump.
Of power, huh? Well, let me start here. President Trump's only expertise on crime is committing it, not preventing it. Enabling it, not ending it, and covering it up, not cleaning it up. He is a convicted felon. He has illegally frozen federal funding. He has assaulted the rule of law at every turn. He has consistently violated constitutionally protected due process rights, and he has unleashed a corporate agenda to enrich himself and his wealthy donors. Right now, as we sit here, Trump is bending over backwards to protect Ghislaine Maxwell, a convicted sex trafficker who preyed on children, and blocking the release of the Epstein files to shield criminals from accountability. In the last 10 months alone, he has pardoned countless white-collar fraudsters who ripped off the American people, often conveniently after they cozied up to him. And let's not forget, Trump pardoned every single person charged or convicted in the January 6th insurrection. That included 172 people who pleaded guilty to assaulting law enforcement. It included dozens of repeat offenders, people with prior convictions for rape, manslaughter, and sexual abuse of a minor. And it included at least 10 individuals who have already been rearrested for new crimes. So spare us the talk of law and order, because under Trump, that only means lawlessness for his friends and punishment for everyone else.
All right. So there you have it. Trump's greatest hits, courtesy of Ohio Congressional Representative Brown. I get choked up when I hear the last bit because I feel the emotion that is in her voice at the very end of that address. And yeah, I think she nailed every single thing this man has done.
All facts.
Almost 10 months that he's been in office.
Yeah, just the 10 months.
Just the 10 months.
Yeah, that's not including everything else that over the years, but
just the 10 months.
Just the last 10 months. And it's all facts.
Administration. Yeah.
It's all facts. I don't know how you could sit in Congress as an elected congressperson, and because a Democrat is saying this, you're just going to fold your arms and smirk and nod your head and act like it's not true.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That's part of what's so breathtaking about the Republicans in office is you can tell them, they know what's true. But somehow they really feel compelled to drive this car where they're taking it, regardless of what people say.
Yeah. And it's just lies and denying the truth. That seems to be what they're all about, to get to their agenda.
Right.
And we know their agenda is not for the people, because if it was for the people, they would be truthful about it.
Right. They would be truthful about it, and they would really be governing in the way that they should. This government shutdown shouldn't be going on as long as it has been going on. And they're in control of everything.
Very much.
And if they do have a plan, which Johnson claimed that he had in terms of the subsidies, which is what the Democratic Party is holding out on, so that people's subsidies who are on the ACA don't double or triple or quadruple. So why not just come to the table? If this was a normal Congress, if this was a normal American government, both sides would be talking with each other.
Working to get it.
And working together.
Get the government open.
Right. But it's interesting that the Democrats are let the Republicans tell it, the Democrats are the ones that are divisive.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't hear any divisiveness from the Democratic side. I do hear it from the Republican side, from the very tippy top, because he does point out that people on the other side are his enemies.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what he does. That's divisive.
But when he says, well, now we're just going to shut down the programs that the Democrats like.
Yes. How is that not divisive?
What programs are there that both Trump voters and Democrats don't benefit from?
Exactly. Like AOC said last week when she was on the CNN town hall with Bernie Sanders, she said she didn't care in her district. She didn't care if the Republicans voted for her or not. She's governing in their best interest as well. She wants the conservatives to have health care just as much as she wants those who voted for her to have health care. That's what governing is. It's not about governing for just the people who vote for you or the people who give you money. You're voting for the interest of the entire country, especially when you're in Congress. Obviously, you do want things for your constituents, but it is in concert with all of the other needs of everyone else in the country. And this is what this Congress is not doing. And it has most to do. And I'm not trying to be partisan, and I'm not saying that the Democrats or the liberals are, angels in everything.
Mm-hmm.
But when you just look at it, there's really no legitimate way to hold them 100% accountable.
Yeah.
There really isn't.
No, there's no way. I mean, the healthcare
is giving to people
literally going to go up triple for people.
Mm-hmm.
Republicans, if you really cared, you wouldn't just blame the Democrats for it happening and do nothing. You would come to the table and say, okay, so what do we have to do for you guys to be okay with signing on so we could open the government?
Because you're charged with running the government.
Yeah.
You have all the cards, and that's why the Democrats are saying that.
Here.
That's why the Democrats are saying that.
Yeah. And it's so true. And then they pretty much admit it.
Right.
Yeah,
it's your job.
Uh-huh.
Your job is to govern the country. It's not this.
Yes.
And I'm trying.
And this thing, all they say is the Democrats want to give illegal aliens health care, which doesn't make any sense. And if that's true, why not make sure that the citizens have health care and deal with what they're saying about the illegal aliens, which is not true. They don't get free health care. I mean, if you're lying dead in the street, the ambulance is going to pick you up and take you to a hospital and sew you up and bring you back to life. Yeah, that's about it. But you're not getting health care.
But I want to say this too, because you use the term that they use.
Illegal aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not what human beings do. We
understood.
don't call other human beings.
Undocumented people.
Right. Undocumented people.
But I wanted to use
what they use. I get it.
That they
because
use,
that's what
and
they use.
what exactly word for word what they're saying.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
But it's undocumented people. Everybody who comes to this country, if you get sick, if you get hit by a car, if you have a heart attack, if you faint, you're going to be able to go to a doctor for an emergency and do what you got to do. And
get care, because this is supposed to be a civilized country.
It is. And there might be some percentage of people that are here longer than they're supposed to be, undocumented, and when they have a medical issue, they go to an emergency room. There's a small percentage of that going on. And for that small percentage, you want to shut it down for everybody. That's ridiculous. That doesn't make any sense. And it's not working for the people. It's working against the people.
Right. It's more of that low-hanging fruit thing, because the issue, healthcare, the cost of healthcare here is ridiculously high. And part of it does have to do with providing healthcare for folks who are not insured or underinsured or whatever. So for those of us who are insured, or the prices are higher. But the real bulk of the cost of healthcare and why it's so high has to do with insurance and pharmaceuticals.
It's insurance.
Insurance and
think about it, though. Has insurance ever lowered their rate to help anybody?
Not that
insurance. They don't. That's not their game.
No, it's not.
They're not going to lower their rate for anything unless there's some type of government mandate that they have to. That's the only way.
Right. So they go after the pharmaceutical companies. Some of those will have programs for people where they can get the medication that they need for free. I'm not sure how that's all, managed or whatever, but we do know that. But at the end of the day, my point was that looking at, again, we look at this small percentage so that folks can have some sort of scapegoat, right?
Yes.
And because they can't deal with these big guys who have all the money, so you're going to pick on this little person who has nothing and can't really defend themselves. So that's the game that conservatives tend to play, in terms of any major issue.
What the conservatives what they do is they pick an issue that affects or a small percentage is affected by, like, say, the transgender.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Minuscule little problem in this country.
Yeah.
It's 1%?
Probably less.
Probably less than 1%.
Probably, yeah.
Of people that are dealing with this. But they blew it up.
So much.
To where every time somebody says something about it, if you go online, every time somebody said something about a Democrat, they say, she doesn't even know if she's a man or a woman.
Right.
Some goofy like that.
Right.
Right? But it's really a very small issue. And after he's inaugurated, the first thing he does is say, transgender people will not be recognized. So the MAGA crowd can say, yeah, that's what we wanted. But they never even meet a transgender person ever in their life.
Probably not.
Most of them.
Right.
It's so weird.
It is. It's very weird. And some of these people will go so far as to say that that's the only reason
Yeah, that's why I voted.
They can't deal with liberals because of that one particular issue.
That one, but they don't understand that it's because of liberals that their children are on their health care till they're 26.
Right.
They forgot all about that one.
They forgot all about it.
Your children are on your health care till they're 26. Before that, your children had to get their own health care when they were 18.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
They don't remember that. They forgot about that.
They forgot about that.
That's a big one. That's a huge one.
It's huge. I was so thankful that our kids didn't have to go through that, because I remember the shock that I went through when I had to deal with, I think I had Blue Cross at the time, and I had lived off of Kaiser growing up, and $3 prescriptions and $1 copays, and it was a beautiful time.
Yeah.
And when I, got to the Blue Cross and I had a flu or something and went to the doctor and I had to come out of pocket with a few $100s, they were going to bill me. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, when you turned 18 and you were on your own.
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 Unless your parents want to help out and pay, if they can afford to help you out.
Yeah.
I was lucky. I mean, when I turned 18, I got into the union. I was in, the trades union. So I had my own health care.
And it was good.
It was good.
Thanks to the union.
My brothers didn't. They had to go through that, getting their health care and this and that.
Shock, yeah.
Yeah. It's a different world.
It is. It is.
And they don't understand that we're going back to that. To where 18-year-olds are going to have to go out and get their own health care.
Yeah.
And Blue Cross, they'll probably go through Blue Cross, and Blue Cross is going to rip a hole in your pockets that you won't believe. First of all, they're going to be getting low wages, right?
Low or no
wages. If they get a job that has health care, they're going to be charging them, taking it out of their hourly pay, which a lot of companies still do now.
Yeah, you got to pay something.
Yeah, well, I'm lucky I don't, but
I do.
Yeah, I know.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
It's perfectly okay.
But then, but I got to wonder with this, what they're doing with the ACA, and that's something I really need to look into, is how will my employer be impacted by this?
Well,
his premiums go up.
With ACA, it's about people who are uninsured. Those of us who have insurance through our employers, we're going to be fine. It's those of us who don't, and with people being unemployed, because the unemployment rate is inching up. Hello. People have lost their jobs and it continues. And so there are people who are on the rolls they have to have ACA. It's not a mandate any longer, but you got to get some kind of health care. And if that's available to you, you're going to take it if you can afford it. Right.
Yeah.
So,
but you got to have something, because if something happens to you and you go to the doctor, if you break your arm or whatever, it's a big bill.
It is a big bill. It is a big bill. So you got to have something.
Yeah.
And what I was going to say is that the conservatives are chipping away at the ACA. They weren't able to really get rid of it completely.
Thanks to McCain.
But their whole thing, everything that they're doing is very systematic and precise. They chip away at things and they allow it to just crumble under everything that they have chipped away at. So that's what we're in terms of the ACA. That's what we're in terms of this entire government, to be honest. I mean, they've chipped away at everything, all of the institutions. All of it. It's just...
They're chipping away at the Constitution. They're chipping away at the 14th Amendment. They're chipping away at birthright citizenship.
Mhm. They've chipped
They're
away
chipping
at
away at the
media.
whole
They-
freaking country. They're chipping away.
They've
The media, the
media.
freedom of speech.
Yeah, everything.
All of it.
Everything. So we really don't know. I mean, I really miss having a sense of comfort in terms of what's going on in this country. I'll say more about the institutions, feeling that the institutions are solid. I'm not saying like with the FBI, we all know COINTELPRO and all of that stuff. We know what it is, but none of those, I can't even say that.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
I know.
Yeah.
These institutions have been used systemically towards specific groups.
Yeah.
Specifically African American groups. To dismantle that. Now it's attack on the entire country. And I know as a Black woman, I don't feel any different. It's like I'm just sitting here and I'm watching all of this, but the fact that it is targeting the entire country leaves you kind of paralyzed, right? It's like, well, it's unfamiliar territory.
It is unfamiliar. It's familiar that as Black people, our parents and our ancestors have gone through this for 400 years. And at some point, it started looking like it was getting a little bit better. It looked like it was getting a little bit better. They were putting things in place to equal the playing field. There were certain things, with DEI. I mean, that was cool, but Black people weren't the major recipients of DEI. They're not the people that were helped out the most. It was, again, white women that were getting most of the benefits of the DEI. But it still felt like we were doing good. We could go live where we want, and we can get the education we want, and there's a Black museum that shows our history and how this really went down, and and people are being called out on their racism, and everybody's learning. That's how it was for a minute. It was like that for a minute. But that was too much. That was too much. We got to shut that down. We can't have people learning about stuff like that, and we can't equal the playing field like that.
Yeah.
And they've been trying to put blocks on all that since the dawn of the Civil Rights Bill when that came out. And they just finally been able just to knock it through.
Yeah. So we're going backwards.
Yeah.
Still.
Make America great again is what they wanted. And we knew that when we first heard that. That's what it meant.
Right.
We knew exactly what he meant when he said that. I don't know why all these other people didn't know, but we knew.
Oh, these other people knew too. Everybody knew, I think everybody knew.
I guess so, but it still baffles me how you could be Black and have somewhat of an education and be okay with it. I just don't understand how you get that type of heart, how you get that in your heart, that everything that your ancestors have been through in this country and the strides that were taken and the achievements that were made were not enough to tell you that you should keep pushing and keep struggling for it. And you should be proud of it too.
Yeah. And you're talking to the Byron Donaldson.
That's exactly who I was talking to. Him, Tim Scott, Byron Donalds.
The people who are in the positions that they're in primarily
because of DEI.
Of the other people who sacrificed for them to be there.
Exactly.
It's really a disgrace, honestly, to people who put their lives on the line for them.
It is.
Because if they were back during that time, they would be cowards.
Yes.
They would absolutely be cowards.
Yes.
They would not stand up in the fight.
Well, they would. I mean, I think Sammy Davis Jr. got a little bit more love than he was supposed to get, but
Sammy Davis Jr.
Sammy Davis Jr.
What?
Well, he wasn't in politics, but he was the typical whitewashed sellout who even was a Jew, right? He even adopted the Jewish religion. He converted it to Judaism.
He did. I thought you were going to talk about him supporting Nixon.
Good. Well, that too.
Because
everything he did. I mean, he was, yeah.
He supported Nixon, but he also came out. Well, now you gotta have me go find something.
Yeah,
because he came out and claimed his blackness and how much down he was.
Yeah, because it was. I think because it was profitable for him to do that. Because he got backlash and he had to. But his little tap dancing ass tap danced around that shit, tap danced around Nixon.
Do you remember this? Were you paying attention at this time?
Yes. Remember, I come from a political family and we all used to sit and talk about, I've heard.
Really?
Yes. We knew who Sammy Davis Jr. was and what he was about.
See, I can't say that because that's years removed from me.
Yeah.
And I choose to always give people the benefit of the doubt when I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And that takes us into our next segment.
Okay.
Which is Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, he's another Sammy.
Now, Stephen A. Smith he decided to issue an apology to Jasmine Crockett because he chose on his podcast Straight Shooter that I guess he didn't like how she spoke. Yeah, I guess he thinks that she should speak differently because of the role that she's in and the high visibility that she has, and he didn't think that the way she talked about the president necessarily was beneficial for her constituents.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what he was saying, right? So he got a lot of backlash for it. And he issued an apology. And I think, for me, we've all heard apologies. And this one here, I think, it goes on for some time, right? But I think his apology it sounds genuine. He doesn't use if I, hurt anybody or if I insulted anybody, I'm sorry. He did claim it and he apologized for it. So I'm not a Stephen A. Smith fan. I think he says more foolish things than any person with a microphone and a platform should.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
But I think in this instance, I believe that his apology kind of is okay. So we're going to go ahead and play his apology.
I wanted to take a moment because I saw something disturbing in regards to President Donald Trump and how he came at Representative Jasmine Crockett. And I wanted to take this opportunity to attack this issue as it pertained to me and Jasmine Crockett because I personally have had an issue with how things have been misconstrued and misinterpreted. But at the end of the day, I have to own it. And that's what I'm going to do today. And so when somebody says to me, Stephen, rather than point to her and her verbiage and her language and how she talked about the president, what about how he talks? I have no problem with that. I can understand that. And if that is the reason that everybody is in an uproar, that is fine. And I have no problem apologizing to my sister because, damn it, I want her to know I don't feel that way about her. Just like I didn't feel that way about Kamala Harris. Just like I don't feel that way about the marvelous, the wonderful, the incomparable, the greatest first lady ever, and Michelle Obama, in my estimation, or anybody else. But what we're going to do on this show is understand who the hell I am. and how it's going to be as long as I'm doing this show. I have no problem apologizing if I'm wrong. I have no problem apologizing if I've made somebody feel a certain kind of way. But I'm going to challenge the legitimacy of what people come at me with when I think that challenge is warranted and deserved. If you came to me and you said to me that it came across as a bit dismissive, Stephen, you should have been more protective of her than that because look at how he speaks. Look at how they act on Capitol Hill towards her. I understand that. But when somebody tries to take that to accuse me of being disrespectful or in any way misogynistic, I'm going to push back on that because that's emphatically false.
Okay. Let's cut this here. Okay. So you were speaking earlier about whether or not he knew.
He knows the difference of what he knows how to use his words. He's a fairly educated person, right? He knows the difference between what's disrespectful and misogynistic and what isn't. And what he said was disrespectful and misogynistic. But he wants to argue of whether it was or not. And then he goes to say he was just pointing something out. He was just asking a question. That's all I was doing. I was just asking a question.
And the question was, do you think that your tone and the way you speak on Capitol Hill serves the people who sent you there? That was his question.
Yeah. But what's her tone? And how is she speaking? Her tone is addressing what's going on. Is she supposed to do it nice and be all, really polite about it?
Mm-hmm.
When they're not coming at her politely, they're not talking about her and addressing her politely, and they're calling her names.
Right.
Yeah. Saying it all kind of stuff, right? So, and I haven't heard her, well, she might have maybe used a few cuss words here or there, but they're warranted. Everything that she's saying is warranted and justified.
Look, everybody in government now
is cussing.
Is saying, fuck you.
Saying some crazy shit.
Fuck everybody.
Yep.
They're all saying it.
Yeah, it's like it's the new thing. It's a trend. Like, ooh, we're all going to do it now because it sounds cool.
Remember back in the day when we were talking, they could never call anyone a liar?
They couldn't call nobody a liar.
They could never say the word liar.
They would not call Trump a liar if his pants were on fire. And the first time you ever heard somebody call somebody a liar was when that congressman called Obama a liar.
Mm-hmm.
Said, you lie. Mm-hmm. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was like you could not, the person's lying right in front of you.
Yeah.
They still do.
They do.
They act like calling somebody a liar is a mortal sin.
They did,
especially when they're lying.
But now people are saying, I hear journalists use the word liar when they're describing what people are saying. The president just lied there.
Mm-hmm.
And they use it now. So that's an improvement. But people are also dropping the F-bombs.
Yeah.
Left and right.
Mm.
And I don't mind because that's what I do too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not I think we're just at that fucking level.
Well, it's a F-bomb world right now. Really so we doing F-bombs.
It really is.
And all that, and and everything. Hey, that's just where we are now.
It is.
But the thing is, he's addressing her tone. He's addressing her tone again, while Trump's tone is 1,000 times worse. And what he says is way worse than anything Jasmine said.
Yes. And to I guess we are to believe he never heard what Donald Trump has said.
Yes. And that's another thing. If that's what he's claiming, right? He didn't realize, or if that's what he's claiming, that's the same thing that Mark Johnson does when they
Mike.
ask Mike Johnson says when they say, what do you feel about what Trump said, what he did, this and that? Oh, I didn't really hear that yet, but I'm sure it was what he said was warranted. Or as you know, he is a pro at owning the libs, and that's what he's really good at. So he'll go on social media and just, yeah. But that's the same thing that this fool is doing.
Yeah.
How could you not
I don't
hear
know.
it? How could you not know? Why would somebody have to bring it to your attention that, hey, wait a minute, if you're going to talk about her, what about Trump?
Yeah.
Why would somebody have to bring that to anybody's attention?
Because
start
you know what
from the
Trump's
top.
behavior is.
Yeah, start there. Start there.
And the point of the matter, also, this is not a normal Congress.
This
has been going on for some time. You know, this was going on before Trump even took office. You know, she's always had attackers on that side.
Oh, what did she say?
Margaret Taylor.
They're in a whole conference, and she's talking about something that really mattered in the meeting, and then Marjorie Taylor Greene says, "Oh, your eyebrows just got you, so you can't think," or some crazy mess. You just can't think with those with those eyelashes on.
Yeah.
What?
That's where we got the bad body built butch body.
Yeah.
That's where we got that from.
And she even waited. I like the way she did that because she didn't say nothing. She let the other woman.
AOC chimed in baby
first,
girl.
And then that gave her time to think about what I got it. Bad built butch body. Oh, and then when she says that, then it's like, hey, stop. We can't have that type of decorum in the...
No. That was hilarious because the guy was like, what?
Yeah.
And the other guy next to him was like dying. That was classic. We've had some comedy
that was hilarious.
Some comedy moments on Capitol Hill.
Good. Yeah, but we didn't need no comedy moments for what we had coming up. But yeah.
True. So they've been at her for quite some time. They've talked about her, and she's just, she's giving back to them what they're giving to her, and she's repping her constituents very well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're very proud of the way she's carrying herself in that arena. They know that she's working hard for them. So I don't know why Stephen A. Smith even decided to open his mouth.
Yeah.
So that's
and
put
his apology to me is bullshit.
I still think the apology is genuine. I just think hopefully he learned that really be better informed before you attack anyone, specifically a Black woman. You have to lead with the benefit of the doubt and to look into things before you start chastising people in public on your platform.
He chose to do what he did because of people that listen to him. His fans think like that and talk like that about Black women and Jasmine Crockett in particular.
That's
just his fans, and he's placating to his fans. He knows exactly what the hell he's doing and what's going on. Okay. And another thing, I heard this woman, it sounded like he was addressing the woman that had this reel that spoke on this, like, what about Trump? But then I think this same person actually added, you have a daughter and we've seen her on your show with you, and she has a mouth on her, and it's pretty much like Jasmine Crockett, and they have the same type of personality because she's really fast with the tongue and this and that. And so how would you like your daughter to be treated like Jasmine Crockett is when she's in a position of power like that?
Yeah.
And he probably really had to think about that.
All right. Okay. I fully accept that. Again, I just try to give people the benefit of the doubt. And I didn't hear the if, da 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 da. But again, I think I still think his apology is genuine. I do think he put himself in a stupid position that he didn't have to put himself in.
No.
And just always side with Black women. That's all you got to do. Just side with Black women. We we always win eventually. So side with us.
Yeah. Okay,
we're
right.
always on the right side.
You're right. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. His apology.
Unless you're Diamond and Silk.
Okay.
One of them are no longer.
Okay. His apology was genuine. Then you're right. You're right. Should I go through?
Okay. I'm saying genuine in the sense that, well, never mind. I guess it just discounted what you said, and you do definitely have a point. It could possibly be with the people that watch his show and the people he talked to, and all of that. I think you have a really strong point there. All right, so Stephen A., do better. All right, we're gonna talk about let's pivot over to a segment on Friday on the Situation Room with Wolf Blitzer and Pamela Brown. They let me find that. I have it. Oh yes, I do have it. Okay. So they chose to interview a woman regarding welfare. Right. The SNAP benefits are being threatened for November. Folks may not get their checks. There is a letter that senators are signing and sending to the folks who administer SNAP and telling them to dig into their reserves and make sure that people have the funds that they need. And so I guess they have some reserves, and they may have some other legal avenues in which they can move in order to make sure that people get money. But in case those things don't happen, CNN's talking to folks, and they just spoke with this one woman. And I'm just going to play the clip now.
Federal workers are now missing their first full paychecks today, and money that helps low-income people buy food is about to run out. About 42 million Americans rely on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program called SNAP to feed their families, and the vast majority have a monthly income at or below the poverty level. Officials in Georgia say nearly 1.5 million people in the state get government help to put food on the table. So I want to bring in Najee Kennard, who is one of those people. Najee, thank you so much for coming on the show. Tell us a little bit about your situation. You're a mom. What would it mean for you and your family if you don't get that money in November?
Well, if the benefits get cut off November, it will lead me to have to make very hard decisions and choices that I need to make with the current economy, how it's definitely affecting the job that I do. I'm a gig worker, freelancer. To have those benefits cut off can be issue for me to get healthy food for me and my daughter. It can result to use fast food, things of that nature, and to really have to sacrifice either food, your health care, or even if you're going to have a roof over your table as well.
Okay. That's all I need to see. So, first problem for me is that the primary beneficiaries of these programs are not Black people. It's white people.
Yes.
We do still have the stigma of Black people being the face of welfare.
Yes.
The welfare queens. And so CNN is very suspect to me. In choosing this person. No shade to her in whatever she's doing. I don't know why she chose to be a part of this, but I think this was not a great choice to talk about this issue. I don't think she was a great choice for it.
Where did they get her? And why did she choose to come up looking? I'm sorry. I mean, she, whatever, but looking the way she did, why would she come up with a rag wrapped around her head and a t-shirt talking about receiving some SNAP benefits? To me, why would you do this? It's you're putting a face on who's getting the SNAP benefits for the American people. And for the people on the right to just point that, see, look at that. She, just so many. It's a negative. Maybe I'm wrong in thinking this. I don't know, but her appearance was inappropriate for going on national TV and talking to somebody on CNN about something so important. Did she want to look like she needs the benefits?
To me, I think this was all. See, this is where the doubt comes from with the media. I'm more conspiratorial minded about this whole thing. I think CNN contrived this whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know that this woman really gets SNAP benefits.
She might be a paid actor. Tell you the truth.
I don't know because they
didn't ask her why she gets SNAP benefits.
She's in a specific location too.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like it may be some sort of I don't know, some sort of business or something.
Where it looks like she's in some type of clinic or something.
It's Lift Zone Inspire.
Yeah.
Those might be. See, I think this is all like sponsors or something. So she may be at some nonprofit location.
Yes.
Some location for a nonprofit or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doing whatever. I just don't want to say anything negative about this woman necessarily. It's just the optics around this whole issue.
The optics are bad.
It's really, really bad. I do have some questions about her because you're getting SNAP benefits because you're choosing to work gig jobs, or obviously, the landscape for jobs is pretty bad. Folks who are actually looking for full-time employment, it's a tough road out there for them. So I understand that. So I just don't know what her whole backstory is, and we're not going to get that in this little segment. But I'm just saying, for the whole representation or the whole presentation of this for the topic of SNAP was not good.
No, not good at all.
They could have gotten somebody from a trailer park.
They could have.
Who would have been sitting in her trailer talking about her,
if they wanted to go there. Or they could have got somebody that looks like they go out and hold a job, and maybe they were unemployed in between jobs or whatever because they got laid off because they got laid off because of Doge.
Yes.
And they're still looking for work. They need SNAP benefits.
Right.
Like a professional person. I've been looking every day and this and that. But she's just like, oh yeah, I do gig work and and my bonnet ain't straight and whatever. But she got one kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So come on, CNN. That's why we don't watch you no more.
Yeah. That's why I don't.
That's why we can't watch you no more.
It's
crazy.
Helpful. It's not helpful.
We can't watch these shows and take them seriously
at all. The cable news formula
Mm-hmm.
is not helpful
Not
in
helpful at
creating an
all.
informed citizenry.
Not with anything. Not with the Palestine situation. Not with anything.
Not with anything. So, with that said, what source do you have a particular source that you find more reliable than cable news?
You know what I do? Here's what I watch several different things. I on cable news. I don't see CNN, NBC as much as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll watch different news shows and I'll hear a story.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go look up, I'll start Googling stuff and try to get more facts than what I'm getting from the news.
Okay.
And then I'll even go to ChatGPT and then ask them the question, and he'll lay it out for me. And I will also use go to a different source of AI information and see what they bring in.
Okay.
I've even went to Grok and saw what they're saying, and it's pretty much the same thing. They're all in line with each other from what I've noticed. But yeah.
Okay, so you do your own research as much as you can with internet resources. Basically, that's
yeah. Especially when I'm hearing something and it's like, that don't seem right to me. That sounds like bullshit. Let me check it out.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I've done the same thing with the Trump's giving $20 billion to Argentina, right? And they're in an uproar over the $20 billion to Argentina. But they do that with so many different countries over the years. The United States have always propped up different dictators all over the world. But now it's an issue.
Yeah, now they're announcing it.
Yeah,
Trump.
yeah. Now it's the farmers can't eat because he's got $20 billion. Yeah, and it's all bullshit. Yeah,
well,
but let's keep the bullshit at the level the bullshit really is.
But here's the thing, though: when they were doing it before, we didn't have all the tariffs and the trade wars and having issues with our allies.
We had recessions and depressions and all that stuff, and they were still doing it.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know. I just think this is a different time.
It's a different time, but I mean, it's always been the same thing. I mean, you look at what all the Middle East and stuff was going on with Libya and all that and stuff, and and
that's right.
It's all the same. It's all. But granted, I had more trust that whatever was gonna happen wasn't gonna have me winding up in some field working for free someday.
Okay, then.
But now I'm really worried about what the outcome is gonna be with all this stuff, because he's a lunatic. We all know that.
Yeah.
But some of the actions and stuff that they're doing are typical stuff that always went on.
That is true. That is true.
I heard about the beef thing. I had to look up the beef thing, and about them buying Argentinian beef, and farmers aren't going to be able to sell their beef now. And
they're also saying that there's contaminants or something in that beef.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who knows whether that's true
they shut down the U.S. Yeah, exactly. But you know what I mean? Because our people in Argentina dead. No, they're eating their beef. I don't know.
Maybe they are. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe that's why they got problems. But there's a whole lot of stuff. There's a whole lot of conjecture and all this other stuff going on in the world. And it's just busy people are trying to rack your brains and keep you disoriented and confused and occupied.
But that's only
while
those
they're
of us
doing
That's
That's only those of us that keep paying attention to it. Exactly.
I wish I were of that number.
Yeah.
Who say I don't pay attention to politics. I don't get into politics, and they go about their lives.
They go, yeah.
I wish I could be that.
Well, yeah, maybe someday.
I really do wish I could be that. Because at the end of the day, we really don't know what's going on.
We really don't
We're
know.
sitting here talking about this stuff, and we're doing the best to inform ourselves.
Yeah.
And to form opinions if these certain things are going on the way they're going on. We have to have our own opinions, our own thoughts, and our ways of dealing with these things.
Yeah.
Right. If these things do.
Yeah. I mean, we really don't know, and there's really nothing we can do about it.
There's really not. There's not.
So
you all you can do is try to prepare. You have to say, okay, because this is what I go to ChatGPT with, and I ask it worst case scenario. Then I ask it, okay, if I'm in this certain situation, how can I, better my chances of surviving this or doing whatever, So I try and figure that stuff out. I don't. Because you can't really stop it, because whatever's happening is going to happen.
It's going to happen. But with that said, I think the worst part about what's going on right now is ICE going to the cities and harassing people because they're brown. That's the worst thing.
That's a horrible thing.
That's a horrible thing. That right there is like, that's not American. That's the most un-American thing that's going on.
But it's the life's blood of his base.
Yes.
So that's why he can go and do whatever in the hell he wants, because he's rounding up these people.
Yeah.
That's all they're concerned with.
And they're giddy about it. They love it.
They really do. And they don't care about anything else. That's why you really don't hear, unless the media, again, we can't trust them, unless they're really stifling these farmers who are facing really dire circumstances because of the things that Trump has put into place. I don't hear them.
Are the farmers really upset about this?
Are they upset? I'm not hearing it. I don't know. There's one farmer on social media, I think he's part of their union or some farming organization or whatnot, that's, talking to people and saying, hey, this is not good for us and all of that. And he's, but I don't.
Did he vote for? But the thing is, did he vote for Trump? There have always been liberal farmers.
True.
There's always been farmers that have been Democrats.
True.
And not with Trump.
Right.
Right. But a majority of them are. But of course, the ones that aren't are going to speak out and say this and that and the other. And because they're white and they look like a farmer and this and that, we're going to think that he is one of them.
Yeah, that he's had a change of heart.
Yes.
So
but
that's right.
Probably not.
Yeah. So I'm not hearing enough of them. So I'm assuming it's business as usual, and they are A-okay, and it doesn't bother them. So as long as he's attacking brown people who they tried to employ, it's I don't.
You got to watch out for. You really need to watch out for anything on social media. We all know this, but I saw something where they were saying MAGA turned on Kash Patel because he told everybody to celebrate Diwali and stuff, for his people to celebrate Diwali, and MAGA was turning on him for it. And I was like, really? Where? And so I even went to X, where they, where it would come out, and it was nowhere. I didn't see one post or comment or anything negative about Kash Patel because of the Diwali thing.
Interesting.
But I saw several posts on TikTok in Reels where people were saying it, and they were saying the exact same thing. Each one of them were saying the exact same thing, as if it was from a book or something that they had to put out there. And that's very interesting.
It is.
But the left and the right do it.
Yeah, stuff on social media
is bad.
It's amazing the number of people who just react immediately.
Yes.
And they don't pause to think.
Yeah, they just look at the post. They look at the post and they look at the comments.
Yeah.
And then they comment with some crazy shit.
Yeah. Or they don't even look at the comment and they just take their first initial reaction and they just run with it from there.
Run with it.
And you really have to you have to stop and think. Whatever you're seeing in your algorithm, it's not by happenstance.
Mm-mm.
You really don't know who these people are. You don't know who's backing these people.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really know whether what they're saying is true. And you have a way of checking, and you really should check before you dive in with a lot of this stuff. It's imperative. It's really imperative, because sometimes when I look at my feed and I see a particular person come up and they're perfectly done up and they have this message and they're, talking to me about their message or whatnot. And I'm like, who are you and why are you here?
Yeah.
And how did you get here? And I'm looking at how many followers they have and all of this. And I'm like, someone's behind this.
Someone's
person.
Behind this.
A lot of these people are not organic.
They're not. I mean, you could pay. I mean, you promote your post and you can promote your post and get followers. And the more money you put in, the more followers you'll get.
Yeah.
You
can have groups of people or an organization that has groups of people, and they have a particular mission, a particular message that they want to get out, and they have all of the tools by which to do that.
And the money.
And the money. So you don't think you know these people on the internet. I mean, we have very few followers.
Yes, that's why you gotta follow us and listen to us, because we ain't got no followers and we don't have big money backing us to give you a message. Our messages come straight from the heart, and most of the time we don't even know what we're talking about, but we're trying to figure it out.
Let's go on this journey together.
You. Yes, exactly. Thank you. But that's why we're not on the algorithm, and that's why you don't see us that much. It's because we're talking the truth.
We're just authentic American citizens who are caught in this whirlwind of politics and seeing our country go backwards in time.
That's what we are.
We're trying to figure it all out.
And we're trying to figure it out, and we're inviting you to come figure it out with us. And get in our comments and let us know what you know, and so we can say what we know, and then we'll all know something else. Hope you liked it. I'm Rafael. This is my lovely wife, Shonda, right here.
Thank you, honey.
And this is Honey WTF Podcast. You know what WTF means. We usually have a WTF moment, but right now we're living in a WTF world, so that's our moment.
Yeah.
So please like and subscribe to the channel. Check out all our shorts, and we'll be back with you really soon.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. God.
We'll see how that goes. I don't know.